Welcome to this survival playthrough for No Man's Sky, and here we are. We're up on a space station, and if any of you guys follow the series, you might notice, in fact you definitely will notice if I actually get inside the ship, this is not the ship that I actually upgraded to during the video. What actually happened is I came up on the space station and I found this ship. It's marginally better than the one that I actually bought. It actually had a phase beam installed, and it's got this iridium splitter also provided, and it also had an enhancement to the launch thrusters, which I actually deleted, which gave me some technology modules, simply because when you're playing in survival mode, the 20% boost to the launch thrusters is a bit pointless, because all it means is that you end up with this being marginally lower, and instead of being 50%, I think it's 60%. But when you load this in here, it just fills the slot back up again. And what I've actually done is I've installed the rocket launchers into the slots at the back here. But before we move on, guys, what I want to do is come here, and this is something I need to do. I'm just going to put some hazmat gloves into this technology slot here, simply because having hazmat gloves will allow us to pick up certain types of fauna which may be able to increase our income. Also in the multi-tool now, I've actually got the advanced mining beam, so I've now got the full range of items which could be useful during this early phase of the game. Now what I want to do now is we're just going to get out into space, because I want to follow the in-game tutorial. It's high time we actually walked out and went somewhere and found a new system, which is quite straightforward. Now it says in here, it says follow the galaxy using X, but to be honest, on the PC it's actually easier just to click the M key, and that actually brings you straight into the actual galaxy map here. And if you right click, it releases you from the target. This is where we are now. Well, look, we can't jump very far because we've only got a level 1 actual warp drive, and you can see this is the path to the center of the galaxy. Where it turns dotted means that that's the path, but we can't travel on it. Effectively we can only come down one system. If I highlight this system here, you'll see it's a Korvax system. It's 102 light years away. Then below it says economy data unavailable, conflict level data unavailable. That's because to be able to see that information you need some tech installed in your ship. I think it's originally called the economy scanner and the conflict scanner. We'll probably get round to getting those at the moment, but it's not important there. So what we're going to do is just jump in here. I mean, I could have looked at the system, which I would normally do if we're jumping, but obviously this is intended to get us flying through. I actually really like this animation now that you can actually see the ship. So this is a 4-planet system owned by the Korvax. It's scientific developing, and it means that the economy is not particularly that great. There's an anomalous signal detected, and probably means that we need to throw out a scan. Throw out a scan to pinpoint the resource. Message amplified, source interplanetary, and it will probably send us to a random planet there. Unknown planet. Let's throw a scan towards it. Fungal mold, purifier, ammonia, copper. But before we do anything, it's always the best policy whenever you arrive in a new system, you always land close to the space station. It always pays to actually go into the space station, 1, to check it out, and 2, it's a way of getting an immediate save should you crash. So here we are, guys, we are on the space station. One thing I do want to do at the moment is we're going to come up here, because we should have some Korvax guys stood around. I do want to come down and, well, first thing I want to do is look for the actual any cubes or anything laying on the surface here. There's one down there, because that, nope, I can't, there's something there, because that should give us navigational data or nanites, depending on which way you want to do. It's in here. got the Corvax equivalent of a stock exchange, and we've got a trading station. And one reason I want to look in here is they have tech to install, and we need an oxygen filter. I did accumulate some cash off camera, guys, and well, I'd like to see organic piping. Okay, parathenium, the salt refractor. Of course, we could have a little bit of a chat with these guys. Just and as I approach the electron life form, it instinctively starts to analyse me from head to foot. The more I study, the more of the facility's resource vault consumes what my scanners suggest as are metallic elements. I mind that I know little of their kind of how communication and the lights flash. But given some common metal, it's worth actually doing this, because sometimes you can actually get something. Well, we've learned the first of our Corvax words. Oh, we got a couple of words from Corvax. Of course, the only word we know of this guy is friend. Looks at the trader looks weak, but they have a cunning air about them. They spin a data pad towards me, and I see that they are selling multi-tool components. The prices, whether eye-watering. They eye me with interest, waiting to see if I will bite. Well, we got loads of cash, so let's pay 1,000. Provides a blueprint, and it's an amazing scent. Plasma launcher. Oh, we've got a next word. Standing with the Geckos increase. And not particularly that impressed, to be honest, with the grenade launcher. Oh, we got a milestone. Yeah, we've now got 20 words. And just to show you what I've just bought, guys, it's in the multi-tool. Come in here. This is the plasma launcher. Now, prior to the next update, this was a very useful tool because it could be simply because you could blast holes in the terrain. It also had a very high level of knockdown, but since the next update, it's got very kind of haphazard. It doesn't seem to have the impact as before, and at the same time, it tends to bounce back at you at random times. And a few times I've tested this in my permadeath series, I've actually taken damage from the actual plasma launcher, so it's not exactly as good as it used to be. I mean, we may look at it later on once I've got more space, but of course one thing I do want to look at, I bet you won't be able to afford this, guys. Yeah, 2 million, 22 slot multi-tool. Yeah, I'm very tempted to see if I can build the cash up to actually get that, but I mean it might still be there later on. I'm not going to look at the rest of the text. We're just going to pick up this another 14 nanites, and what I want to do is look at the exosuit upgrade, which is probably more important than that. And of course what I want to do is here, this is 100,000 credits. Yep, I think get that. So I am concentrating more on the it's very sticky. Now we've got a second slot there. That second slot. I'm very tempted to put the sodium into high capacity, because that's something that I do use quite a lot of. The carbon and sodium are quite key to current survival, and I would certainly recommend, guys, that during this initial phase, that when you're looking for the upgrades to your inventory capacity, go for the double slots to start with. Right, the other thing I do want to do is, and I'm not expecting this to be actually working, but I want to see when this actually unlocks. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, we got some Corvax stood around. The other thing I also want to do is see if any of these guys have actually unlocked. That's interesting. I pressed the key and he disappeared. I mean, there's still bugs around, and I think there is a 1.58 is there. So these guys are still locked against me, probably because I don't have the standing. Yep. So they're probably all the same. And I think we're just going to have a bit of a chat with this guy. The Corvax is busy with strangers that appear to be scanning their desk. Okay, use the multi-tool scanner. I scan the desk but find nothing unusual. And sometimes if you click on them a second time, move into the scan. My intrusion sets off an alarm. The computer halts the scan and looks at my output with alarm, and I leave quickly. So that's nothing there. But this is all adding to my milestones. Electronic life form speaks slowly and calmly, considering their casing lights flash. Despite their vast intellect, they clearly haven't been able to predict what I want from them. Well, I think we'll just spend 10 copper, pick up some language. I mean, language is very much a long-term objective. I mean, normally I would look for a location. I suppose we could ask him for one. Just there. He's doing a little bit of a dance. Okay. Another word. I think. Okay, we'll just pick up. Okay, we'll just get another word. I think I've got plenty of copper, so got the Corvex word for toxic. Obviously, on this system, we want to carry some copper with us. Just going to shoot through these guys. I mean, I think this time we're going to ask for directions. See where he sends us. A place of interest. Freighter, crash freighter. Okay. Well, we can always go and have a look at it. Life forms casings are wide and dim, and they turn to talk. The mask becomes momentarily blank. Nevertheless, they seem to be keen to communicate. So we're just gonna. And you can see we've got the Corvex word for calm. And just to give you guys a bit of an update on the milestones now. And this shows how easy it is to get through some of these low-level milestones. You can see here, I'm already up to level 9. I've walked 97,000 units. I've only got to get to 100,000, and then that one will be complete. You can see here, it doesn't take much to actually get to the top level for the units accrued. So we've now a magnate. Words collected were level 5, visitor level 2, but of course these are the ones that are more of a challenge, especially extreme survival and planet zoology, because this one we've got to scan all the creatures on a planet. And let's just have a quick look here. We still don't have any real standing with these guys. It looks like we've got level 1 here, done no missions or anything yet. See here we've got well, what's that, 19 words in the Gek language, nothing in the Vakeen because we haven't visited the Vakeen system, and we've got a total of 6 words with Corvax. Merchants Guild, I've actually got to a level 3 with the Merchants Guild. There's some level 3, but I can't seem to get any missions. Why? Never mind. And I think what we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to follow the in-game tutorial. We do need to push it forward. That's a shuttle coming in. Not particularly interested in the shuttle. Now, I haven't renamed the ship simply because I'm not planning on keeping this ship for that long. Partly, 1, because I don't like it and to look at, and 2, I think that I want to upgrade as quickly as possible. I say during this early phase, I think we will probably be jumping through the ships quite quickly. Well, that's the idea anyway. So we're going to go to a corrosive planet, pure ferrite, ammonia and copper. Oh, there's the scanner kicked in, but we're 20 seconds away. This could be a little bit tight with the hostiles coming in, but we should be okay. If not, we're going to be in our first space battle. I mean, it says we're 4 seconds away, but if we actually drop out now, we will be a little bit tight, but I think we're going to make it, guys. Yeah. We're going to hit the atmosphere. Okay, maybe we change. And if you can knock one of these guys down, you get a scanner recharge. And the trick is to not hold the thing, is to actually pulse the actual phase beam, then it won't overheat. Come on. I mean, I could. Gotcha. Got a recharge on the shield. And the other trick, guys, is when you're flying these really slow, cumbersome ships, is don't try and chase them. Kind of almost take up a stance and let them come at you. I mean, in later on when you've got a fight or something with a bit more maneuverability, you can actually chase them. Sometimes it's just easier to just do this. I mean, I could probably try it. This is. Yeah, sometimes when they're head on, you see there, we've actually got a recharge on the shields, and we've now got an increase in standing with the Korvax. Battles like that are the reason why you want to carry sodium in your ship as well as in your suit. So because the ability to recharge your shields is probably far more important during the early stage of the game than actually carrying heavy weapons. Right, it looks like we're going down on a elevated trading station. That's pretty good, guys, because these elevated trading stations are normally a good place to actually get ships. It's going to drop in there. Wow, there's a freighter right next door as well. That's pretty good. I have noticed that the actual bases do seem to be a bit more closer together since the next update. Shuttle coming in. Yep. Now in survival mode, the game isn't that protective about you with respect to environments compared to normal mode. Normal mode you can often get a fairly good run. In survival mode it's not quite so guaranteed, guys. The game could literally put you down on an extreme planet even at this stage in the game. There's no real protection. It's purely down to random events. Likelihood of traveller anomaly now beyond 2 standard deviations suggests further aid blueprint offer. Unlike the other life forms I've met so far, this one speaks in a language I understand, yet I cannot comprehend their meaning. They speak as if they do not know what they are saying, as if their mind is not their own. Okay, Alien offers me a blueprint. It means to construct my own, so that gives us the antimatter blueprint. But you need to get some chromic metal. Objective updated. Okay, let's rattle through this, guys. Says that I come in peace. Okay, this is a new one to me. Lifeform suddenly wipes the shell road brutes and the new entity is place of other replacement entity ignores me. Oh, so great antimatter. Use tab to access and craft in the empty slots. Yes. Let's just have a quick look at the trading station. Organic piping. Sodium. Runaway mold. Now runaway mold, as I think I demonstrated in an earlier video, is quite useful for making nanites. Not going to really make any nanites. Puglium comes up quite a lot actually for unlocking things, so it's useful to know that Puglium is available for another one of these guys. And we need Korvax casings to get some dialect help. Okay, teaches me a word of their language. Now I've got Korvax word for wow. Oh, that looks pretty cool. It's probably not going to be worth buying, but we've got to check it out, guys. 25 slot. I think I've already got past 25 slots, haven't I? Yep. And you can see now, once you get a ship with some percentage here, you get these comparisons now. So we'd get an increase to damage, but we'd get a drop in shield and hyperdrive. You can see here I got an extra, I think it was an extra 4% by buying this ship last thing. So this ship actually, buying this actual fighter, represents a little bit of a drop down. So I'm not going to buy that. Let's see what this guy's got for sale as well. I'll just flip through this. Well, I've got nothing to sell. A Corvette's convergence cube. Wow, that's expensive. And a Corvette's casing. Not I need anything like that. So, and I think what we're going to do now, guys, is don't know if I've got any copper. Yeah, I've got a little bit of copper. I mean, I could make, because I've got chromic metal. Oh, I can actually make it. Okay. And I think I could actually, I thought I had antimatter. Well, we can make an antimatter. Awakening, fuel the hyperdrive, yes. I think we'll just make the hyperdrive fuel. And we're just going to drop that in. And I think that's going to literally encourage us to jump to another system. Well, we could do that, guys. Okay, what have we got now? Journey milestone accomplished. Probably walked another long distance. Oh, no, we've recognised 30 aliens. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I do want to push this in-game tutorial forward. So I think we may pass on this system. I mean, I may regret it, but I think it's going to be okay, guys. Yeah, it says walk to another system. Okay, we're going to do that, guys. Press the M key. And okay, so it's actually telling us we've got to go to here anyway, if we like it or not. Oh, well, never mind. We're now in a system, 2 planets, Gex system. Well, I can't remember what it was now. Oh, Starship monitoring system, hyperdrive area, warp fuel depleted. Searching for a fuel source, searching. Obtained. Warp fuel source, summing 16. Accept guidance to fuel source, yes. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Right. So it's telling us to go there. We go there. A bit inclined to do exactly what I said before. I'm going to stick and practice what I preach, guys. We're going to go into the space station and drop the save. This is simply to guard against a crash. And I'm just going to drop it in here because we're back on a Gex system. And what we are going to do, I mean, I actually lost that multi-tool that I had here, to see if we can get another one of these. Right. 150,000. Yep, we're going to grab that. That's the reason why I gathered the money. I'm still after the, whoever it is. That out the way. I'm getting junk already. Oxygen filter. I'd love to get that actually set up if possible. I mean, I can come back and talk to these guys at a later date by welding soap, platinum pyrite. Okay. I mean, I could probably get something down on one of the other base stations. Of course, we're going to check the multi-tool. This is probably more my level. Yep, 10 slots. Compare. So that would give us another 2 slots. This is actually an A class. I think I can jump up better than just 2 slots for 500,000, because it means I'd have to take all that out again and redo it all. Yep, I think I'm going to pass on that. I know it's an improvement, but I think there are limits, guys, and I'll pick that up, and we're just going to jump across the other side. Right, we're now maybe getting into some better ships. Shuttles swinging around. Yeah, I don't want another chunky hauler. Right, I'm just going to come up here. Hello, running Overseer Yolly. And I suppose we can always click my tongue. The Gek squeals in delight. I do not understand the significance of what has occurred. They're pleased to make someone happy. But he's not that happy as to give me anything. Okay. And again, I just want to check this. I'm not expecting it to be open. No. Because we haven't warped enough yet. And check these guys. See if I don't think these guys are going to give us anything as well. Maybe we've got to progress a bit more. Yep. So we still can't unlock the missions. And I'm just going to talk to one more of these. Then what I'm going to do is observe quietly. Watch for some time, but I'm unable to make sense of the data the Gek are watching so keenly. Obviously these guys don't want to talk to me. Never mind. I'm not going to go over that side because I'm not particularly interested in picking up the tech. It's a pretty nice looking ship. Explorers are quite cool ships actually, guys, just to show you. I mean it's a possibility we may actually... The 24 slot. If I do a negotiate price, this is a C class, so it's actually a step down. And you can see, because this is worth less than my current ship, I can actually get this for free. But you can see how much I lose now. I lose my damage and shield protection, and all I get is a bit more hyperdrive. And there's nothing in here that... Yeah, I suppose we get some more tech slots, but not really worth it, guys. And we're going to jump in Starship. Just want to check 261 sodium. Make sure top that up, and I'm going to get out. And we're just going to keep following the actual missions. Fuel source. And we'll probably get bounced again. This is quite a long range jump. In an early game, that means there's a pretty good chance you may get bounced, but especially in survival or permadeath mode. Now in normal mode that's not quite so prevalent. I think the spawn time for hostiles is or the distance between, I think the distance between spawn time for hostiles in normal mode is a lot lower. There we are. See, they're already starting to appear, but this time we've only got 4 seconds, so they've got no chance. Now be aware, guys, that that timer does not disappear once you actually get into the atmosphere. It just sits there. So next time we go back up, that timer will start to count down again. I think we'll be okay here, guys. Land. Of course, we're going to see what type of hostile planet we're going to be on. Nucleic atmosphere abundant. Okay. Stones, because that's going to add to our language. We're going to do quite well with the Gek. Get round to here. We're definitely piling up the language with the Gek, and we've got the monolith readying anomaly detection protocols. This structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at the words themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveller? Is it friend? It's the traveller, because I am a traveller. It feels strange responding to questions I am unsure that I am being asked. But something is clearly taken notice of my arrival. I am overwhelmed by my sense that something has awoken, that someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? Let's go, is it last? I shouldn't make any difference. And I cannot escape the feeling it has asked these questions many times before. It asks again, has the Crimson Eye seen it? I have seen the eye. That's reference to the Atlas path. Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters, breach detected. Alert, alert. The boundaries fall, the walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveller. So it's actually giving us a warp cell. Okay, that's great. Find the mysterious messenger and make your way into space. And got all sorts of stuff there. Looks like there's another one there. Class creatures. Gonna scan for creatures. And I think, oh, we got some goodies here, so they're going to come up here. And I think I'm just going to chuck that away. Got a Gek relic, that would be good. And sodium up there. Okay for shielding. Go up to here. Wow. Could look round for an opportunity to make some cash. Opportunity there. Well, what I'm going to do is just jump back into the ship, and we're just going to recharge our shielding. Go and jump into here. There's no point passing up an opportunity to make a bit of cash by getting that buried technology. Just going to have a quick look. Yeah, my terrain manipulator is charged. And of course, that is actually set. So we'll just get out here. Yep. Find the mysterious messenger and make your way into space. Yes, thank you. I think we'll get some condensed carbon. Technically now we can mine anything we come across. There's definitely not that much here. I think we're just going to head back to the ship, guys. This planet is a bit short on sodium. Yeah, we're going to make it, guys. Gonna jump into here. So look at what we collected. I mean, I could pull the sodium back. I mean, I could really do with stocking up on some of this. The uranium can go to the starship. Dense carbon. Right, we've got sodium in here. So we've got a bit more sodium than I actually thought I had. I've got to get my mindset back into remembering I've got resources in here. And I'm kind of inclined now to put my oxygen into the high capacity suit as well. And this is the 3 key elements to survival initials of the game. Carbon to actually charge your multi-tool, sodium for your survival, and oxygen for your environmental. So I think having those in here will be quite useful. You can just want to have a little bit more of a look round here. Well, we want to make scanning. There. I mean, how am I off ship fuel? Yeah, we got 12. We've got enough for 24 takeoffs and landings. I can almost kind of wander off this direction and see what we can find. And let's say we'll just do a bit more scanning. Of course, as various people keep reminding me, if you right click you can actually zoom in, scans, making a little bit of cash. Oops. I don't know what the radium's going to be good for. I mean, no harm in picking up a little bit more carbon. Scan this. Carbon and nitrogen. Well. And like there's some copper. That copper. Yeah. I suppose I could go and get some copper. Scanner. So we got the. Oh. Sure that wasn't there before. Certainly gonna go for the buried modules. And of course, gonna get here and pick up that. We must top up the life support. Let's use that dioxide up. Yep. Get a little bit more sodium there and there. I think getting the buried technology module is going to be quite useful. It is a very good source of cash. Shoot over here, guys. Grab that. And lost track of copper. Went down in a dip. There it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not a very big mass, but I think it's going to be worth picking that up. It's, well, you never know. Just grab this. Yeah, there. There. Charge that up again. That there. Unknown grave. Okay. They've definitely improved the quality of the creatures, guys. And they're definitely a lot more better than they used to be. Right. Or destination reached. Right, let's just get over here. Now, where's that? Don't cheat, game. Show me an unknown grave just now. There it is. This should be a glyph. If it is, it's going to be a very early win, and I'm not sure if this is going to break the game, but I've got to check it out, guys. Now, an unknown grave is actually a location where you can actually obtain the glyphs that actually open portals. And I'm not sure if the game actually intends you to have access to this level, but it shouldn't make any difference. There's a sentinel hanging around, but we've got to check it out, guys. Okay. Now here it is. Here's unknown grave. I asked a question that no one asked. It was simple. Something quits. The Sentinels. Who are the Sentinels? Do they come from? Made it in my life's work to find left logs that access across the world. The fallen traveller's grave is marked by a glyph, an epitaph for some ancient technology. Extract the glyph. Okay, obtain a glyph, which is the ability to travel to unknown worlds. I leave the fallen traveller in peace. And we've now got the first of our glyphs. Let me just pick this up, guys, and I'll show you what they actually mean. And I think it's got to remember where it is. Portal glyphs. There we are. See, there's 16 of them altogether. This is why you keep seeing references to 16. These are used to put in locations that allow you to use portals to travel between systems. It's very good if you want to get to the Galactic Hub or community thing, because you can pick up the locations on external websites, put them in once you found a portal, and you're traveling. So that actually represents quite a big step forward. I mean, it was showing actual buried technology around here. Some more copper here. I think maybe we'll just take advantage. And we'll just pick up a little bit more copper. I mean, I don't have a lot of ferrite, so should really leave a little bit to... Yep, I've actually run out. I don't think I can actually... Oh yeah, we got some magnets, so pick up a bit more of this. I must admit, the mining with the terrain manipulator does go a lot faster than it used to do. Or, I mean, yep. Oh, wow. Okay, getting a bit too fixated there, guys. I think we're just going to use the sodium. Okay, let's just go for it, guys. I can always summon my ship. I don't have to walk all the way back. So I think actually gathering this will be quite useful. It's going to give me a bit more cash. And we've got another journey milestone. And we've covered 100k. And just to show you guys that now come to journey milestones. We've now reached the maximum for walk distance, so that won't go any higher than 10. So that's it. So we've now reached level 10 for units earned and on foot. I think what we're going to do is, like, there's something over there. I'm just going to walk that way, guys, and just pop that up. And loads of sodium over here. Just curious to find out what that is over there, actually. Probably going to get all the way over here and just find this is some kind of... Actually, that could be gamma root plants. I'm pretty sure that... Yeah, this is... They've certainly grown a lot bigger in this game. In before the next update, these were tiny little plants and you could hardly ever see them. I don't know what these are actually going to be worth. I mean, we can have a quick look. They're not worth that much. So yeah, the gamma root is definitely a lot bigger now than it used to be. As I say, one of the bugbears when you before the next update, those were very tiny plants, and the only way you could ever find them was by actually scanning for them and then trying to remember where they were before you could actually get there. I think we should nope, okay, that's just terrain. I think wow, what's that there? I think this is one of the things about No Man's Sky. You see something and you think, oh, that's cool, let's check that out. Before you know it, you spent an hour wandering across the surface. I think we could probably... Okay, we're full up, so I think it's time to summon the ship. We're just gonna... Okay. Here we are. And jump it. Well, there's a little bit of resources over there. To jump in the ship, and I think what we're going to do is explore this immediate area before we leave, just to make sure. And what you will see is the fact the launch thrusters is now empty. The uranium is now can be used to recharge the launch thrusters, but I think, to be honest, given the fact that you can seem to have about 20 of these, I think actually having that fuel is probably more efficient. But you never know, guys, you never know. Nitrogen, that can go to the ship. Radium, anything else here? I mean, a lot of this stuff is actually junk. Oh, well, we can send that to the ship. I mean, it's a little bit of cash. What we can do is max out our high capacity. Yep, thank you. Oh, should have used that up. Never mind. Anything else around that could be useful? Yes, thank you. Cargo drop there. Just give us a marker. We can go and check out the cargo drop. And of course we can't open these for the moment till we actually get an Atmosphere 1 pass, and the easiest way to get that is to actually go and talk to Nada and Polo. So we can grab these. Don't need that much oxygen. Oh no. Pick this up. Just for luck. See, we've already gathered quite a lot of uranium, so we want to keep gathering it up. And anything else around here that and I think this is where I'm going to stop, guys. I've probably gone on a lot longer than I should have done. In the next part we will go up and say hello to the mysterious messenger and try and move that forward. What I will probably do off camera, guys, I'll just take off anyway because we're not going to hang around here. I will probably do a bit more exploration of this planet and see if I can find anything. Obviously I want to make a little bit more cash when we've only got 1.3 million and got some cadmium. Did that cadmium? Oh, that was because I deconstructed some technology. Just going to think, I was just about to say I can't remember actually mining any cadmium, but and what I'll do in the next part is we'll carry on working with the in-game mission. I want to try and get to the point where we'll be able to get the free freighter, but that's all in the future, guys. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.